show, the fast 5 things you need to know. We'll start your day off swirly, it's the toast. I sound amazing.
Good morning, millennials, and welcome back to the toast. Happy Tuesday. That feels like a Friday because we have a song and we are celebrating.
We are fucking celebrating, snitch.
Bitch. Okay, that's right. First look, very first episode with our brand new theme song created by and for the Toasters. Congratulations to the swirly songwriter named Becca, who delivered a fabulous performance of an original song that we were honored to get into the studio to record.
Yes, we had so many wonderful submissions and it was really tight down to the wire at the end, but we love this song so much. It's a perfect little ditty. It gets stuck in your head. It's so pleasant to listen to, and we are so excited to have it in every episode. Now, we won't listen to it live in every episode. We'll just add it to the front. But for today, we just had to hear our gargy-pargy voices.
And just to acknowledge all the talented songwriters, it was a really big question for many weeks, Becca or Samantha, blonde or brunette. And then shout out to the 2 country toasters who did it together in Nashville. Those were the top 3. It was really hard. Ultimately, we chose Becca's because it sounds exactly like we were looking for, a little Disney Channel theme song. It's so pargy, it's swirly, it's to the point, it's not too long. And we officially have our theme song. And the fact that we went on this whole social media journey, is so us, we couldn't just do it the normal way.
No, but the fact that it actually worked out is not so us.
Okay, so do you have something you want to say to me?
Great idea,
you were doubtful of
coasters.
my song competition. You were doubtful.
I wasn't doubtful. I supported you completely.
Yeah, but you were just doubtful. What if people are introverted music producers?
And I could definitely sense that people came out of their shells.
Yeah.
And their comfort zones and participated. And no, it was so much fun. It was a great idea. The end result is so wonderful. We both got in the studio. You can hear a little Jax, a little Claude on the ones and
harmony.
twos, a little harmonizing, which is what we do all the time.
We do need to figure out, both internally, but I would like to hear people's thoughts because we had mentioned perhaps getting rid of Good Morning Millennials, and this would be our official intro into the show. People rioted. So I think right as it stands right now, unless we find a better idea, it'll be every day the ditty, the song, Good Morning Millennials.
Yeah, everyone's going to want you to keep Good Morning Millennials. I have my own thoughts.
And I love that they have something, we created something that they love. I'm not going to take that away from them.
I know, but I'm all about evolution.
Wow,
and the show has evolved. Now we have a song. We're not even together anymore. We don't talk at the same time. Why? Let's move on to the next.
Yeah, I know.
When
but
you're constantly innovating, you don't need to hold on to every single thing. You can say your goodbyes.
But yes, I agree with you. However, certain things need to stay with us. That's tradition, That's how traditions get made.
I'm big on tradition. I'm big on history.
I know.
And I'm just saying it will always be remember when we had Good Morning Millennials? Because the thing is, the tradition is the Jackson Claude.
It's the timeless tradition of the Jackson Claude.
You're timeless to me.
You really are timeless to me.
I think Jackson Claude are timeless.
So that was fun. Seriously, that whole journey. I loved every minute of it.
In any place, I would find you, Claude.
Oh my God, same. Love that.
Even though we've established, growing up, we would not have been friends.
No, if we didn't have to be.
And nowadays, we talked about this as influencers, what you think of me as an influencer if I wasn't your sister, and what I would think of you. And I still think, actually, we probably wouldn't think
follow
to
each
connect.
Other.
No, we wouldn't think oh my God, I like the way that, when I saw Shannon's page, I'm oh my God, I have to meet this girl. I have to get lunch with her. Mm-hmm. I don't know if we would think that about each other because we're so different.
No, we 1000% would not.
Right.
It's Tuesday, which really genuinely means nothing. But it means Dear Toasters. So the community is getting fed today. We have a ton of really good submissions that I'm excited about. I was giggling choosing them this morning. And we have a parchy show, no?
Yeah, always a parchy show, especially now that we have a song in our hearts. And in the beginning of our show.
Good morning, girlies, is the toast. By the way, I've been singing it just so much in my head, in my house, walking around. The fact that I haven't accidentally started humming it on the toast and spilled the beans as to who the winner was is a miracle. Because I've just been Jackson Garden Warehouse
is your favorite show.
Let's get a live performance.
Things you need to know. We'll start your day off swirly. It's the toast. And shout out to Becca for writing it in my key.
Yeah, and actually, shout out to Becca for not writing it in my key. I actually had to practice a lot. It's a little bit higher than I normally sing. Obviously, I was able to crush it in the studio. Our producer Curtis said he never saw anyone get in so fast. Did the whole thing in 4 minutes. He was impressed. I didn't even mention it, but he brought it up. He kept saying "Wow, Claudia, it's so impressive."
But he's worked with you before.
Yeah, and it wasn't even in my key. Yeah, I've worked with this producer several times.
So why was he so impressed when he knows what you're capable of?
I guess it's been a while
since
my last single.
A reminder.
Should we put the song on iTunes, or is that crazy?
Kind of, because I've been playing it on my phone, for my family, and it's very short. So they're again, and it would be nice if I could airplay it to the Sonos.
Right, I'll burn you a CD.
When my phone locks, it stops.
Right. We're playing a voice note.
So I actually would like to put it on Spotify so we can listen to it on repeat in the car.
I'll have to figure out how to do that.
I think it's pretty easy.
It's not.
It's not easy?
Unless we just upload it as an episode.
Unless we just upload it as an episode.
Then it's easy. But if we have to upload it as I could put it on my Spotify page, which has my music and my comedy albums, but that wouldn't be right. So then we'd have to make a new artist page, Jackson Claude. It would be really hard.
I think that we should, because our future is in the music industry.
In music.
At some point there will be Toast Tunes, and we'll need that page anyway. So I think we might as well
That's true.
Just have everything in one place.
What is our artist name? What's our band name? Is it just Claudia? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not Claudia and Jacqueline Oshry.
No. I think
Okay.
when you search the Toast, and the podcast would come up, or our various albums.
God willing, Blian Hara.
Multiple playlists. We can make playlists for people with
that's
our
cute.
favorite songs. Your time,
Jackie Ho Ho Ho.
Me.
Yeah, songs we reference that you might not know are songs, but they are.
Yeah,
What can I say except
course.
you're welcome?
No, and also, what's that Demi Lovato song that we're weirdly always singing?
Happy for you, know that I am. Yeah, we do sing that a lot.
Stuff like that, and you can get an education connection.
Education Connection would obviously be on that too.
Yeah.
The albums just sort of write themselves.
Summer.
We do reference a lot of
Should
random
I start writing
songs.
down the songs that need to be on the playlist?
Yeah.
And then when we sing our songs,
Toasty references.
that way when the playlist starts, it will be a breeze.
Okay, so it was, I don't know what the name of the Demi Lovato song is. It's just write Happy for You.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Uh-huh.
Happy for You. Summer.
Timeless to me. Hairspray. Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Okay, and then I'll just keep a running list.
Yeah, sound off in the comments. What other songs do we constantly say?
Now, here's the thing. Do you think that we should put the original version of Thuma, 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 which is woman?
I don't know. They stopped sponsoring the show, so I'm inclined to say no.
I know, but I still have a Thuma bed, so they're always in my house and in my heart.
I sleep in it when I...
Yeah, but no, I think Thuma, 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 that goes on the original album. That's different.
Come again?
When we make our album of
yes,
Toast
it's
Tunes.
its own song. It doesn't go on the playlist. I agree.
Yeah. Okay, just
Okay,
here.
I love this idea.
Let's see what else comes up.
Can't wait to get our Spotify page up and running in 6 to 8 months, because that's when I'll remember to do it.
To write in the comments songs we're obviously forgetting that we sing all the time that need to be.
Yeah. Well, just also be mindful of it today.
Yeah, of course. That's why I'm not turning the page on this.
I wouldn't dream of you turning the page.
I will never turn the page on this. Let me title it Toast Playlist in case one day I stumble upon this. What the fuck?
Yeah. In 50 years, when we bury it in a time capsule, we should go into your backyard and bury a time capsule. We'll put a spritz. We'll put a couple of things.
Yeah.
But you probably won't be living in your house in 50 years.
That's how long we have to wait?
For it to be impactful. If we
I don't
did it
know.
for a
Zoe
week.
101, I feel like it was 15 years.
Yeah, but they did it when they were really youthful, we're already grown bitches.
No, but we're still making memories. 50 years is insane.
That's funny that you think of time capsule.
80?
Parchi. It's funny that you think of Zoe 101 when you think of time capsule. I think of Crossroads with Britney Spears and Zoe Saldana.
Oh, of course, because you're always thinking of Crossroads.
I am always, that movie is, and obviously we watched it the same amount growing up. We happen to have had it on VCR. We used to literally play, rewind. It was the only movie we watched. But I don't feel like it had as big of an impact on everybody else in the family as it did me.
It definitely resonated with you more than other people. We all loved it, but it became part of your identity.
And in terms of like the sister's identity, Margot was the one who was really obsessed with Britney Spears.
Yeah.
So like you would have thought that in the movie would have impacted her most of all, but no, not me. And maybe that's because I really resonated with
Like the music.
Britney in that film. Yeah, and just like having a song in your heart.
Yeah, and wanting to be a singer-songwriter, not knowing where to start.
And Kim Cattrall is your mother and she wants nothing to do with you. That's the craziest part of the movie.
Yeah.
And she like lives in a mansion in Arizona and she's like, scram, Britney, scram.
Yeah, that is crazy. It's a good flick.
And of course, Taryn Manning.
Of course, and the third.
Zoe Saldana. Yeah, I said that.
Oh, you did.
She's like the obvious one. Like we know that's how she got her start, but like not enough people know Taryn Manning.
For me, as someone who never watched Sharon is the New Black, like Taryn Manning is only from Crossroads.
Oh, I guess. But no, she went on to have an illustrious career.
Yeah, but like that's my first touch point.
1000%. What else? Like what's going on? I'm going to see Shannon's show tonight.
Oh, fun. I'm going to see her show when she's down here, so I'm really excited. Don't spoil it.
No, I won't. But like, yeah, I have plans. I'm going out to dinner too. I'm like, okay.
Hey, look at me.
Hey, look at me.
That's really fun. I tried to watch more Love Is Blind last night, and I'm in Honduras.
Oh, thank God. Emphasis on the word tried.
Tried and sort of succeeded, but I made it to Honduras. I fast forwarded through a lot, so I missed some stuff. And I just want to say you were completely right about Madison, bad egg.
Yeah.
And the fact that Ben Platt could read her.
See that.
And like the way that he broke up with her and when and why, he was 100% right. Mm-hmm. Because even when she came back into the girls' room, she was like, I'm going home. Like, this isn't going to work for me. And it's like, girl, no, you just got dumped.
Revisionist history.
She's a liar. You ain't nothing but a liar. And then it seems like in the future when they all meet up, she has purple hair.
Yeah, she has pink hair.
I might have waited.
Which is just, yeah, it's kind of a crazy thing to do.
I might have waited to dye my hair purple like until after I met the person.
Right.
Because then, like, I don't know. I just feel like.
That's not who you were when you met them in the pods.
Yeah. And how do you, like, maybe he doesn't like purple hair and then he won't rue the day.
I mean, it's crazy.
Like, I'd want to show up and make that person rue the day.
Maybe, like, she thinks her best look is the pink hair.
And maybe he will rue the day with pink hair, but now it's like, maybe he won't.
Right. It's a risk.
It is a risk. I feel like most, like, blonde hair is very commonplace. Can't really go wrong.
Yeah. I just got the worst vibes from her. Like, I really found her to be insufferable before she even turned, like, malicious. Like, just her storytelling and her use of, like, therapy language. I just found her to be, like, so dreadful. But she'd defend me, you know?
Yeah.
And then she started, like, acting weird and wrong. And I'm like, oh, you're, like, the worst.
No, and, like, his biggest concern about her was, like, the fact that she said that she's an avoidant personality during confrontation. And then they had a confrontation and she shut down. And after having said, I'm not like that anymore. And he literally got to see that that's exactly how she deals with confrontation.
And she was just like, you have to trust me. You have to trust me.
Right. But then she had her opportunity. She shut down. He was like, oh, no, she very much avoids. And credit to Ben Platt. He really tried to change the conversation. He starts saying, what does Christmas look like in 20 years? He tried to move on. And she stayed there, dust collecting on her ripped
on her
jeans.
On her pink hair.
Pinked up hair.
Two things I also wanted to say about Love Is Blind. I was thinking about this last night. We have seen Nick, Vanessa, and Lachey twice, where I'm up to, episode 9. And I feel like you and I went on like such a diatribe about them when we watched Love Is Blind UK because the hosts were barely in it and it was just like a much more enjoyable experience. And I know that there's been like a lot of feedback from the Netflix audience about Nick and Vanessa as hosts in general, but also like the show not needing so much host content. And I want to say it's actually been really pleasurable. Like the little droplets we're getting of Nick and Vanessa.
I just saw them as we transitioned to Honduras.
And exactly. And that was the first time since the beginning.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was I don't see enough people talking about like the budget for the vacation. Usually they say these huge hotel properties, every date is like very lavish. I mean, one of their dates was like walking through town. That's not a date, you know?
Oh, they love that though.
The hotel is so small. I'm surprised they're not running into each other. They usually say these like enormous all-inclusive resorts where like there's not another human being. It's like a really small Kimpton hotel. The sheets are purple. It's just weird.
Oh yeah, the beds look like someone's apartment.
It looks like they brought their own bedding. It looks like they brought their own bedding from like Target.
They have a lot of character and like in not the way that you want your hotel to look.
Yeah, and they look like
I literally want like a hotel bed.
Yeah, and I want it to look like I'm the
hotel bed.
I'm the first person to sleep in that bed. I know that I'm not, but like the sheets are like crisp. This is like a duvet purple.
It looks
from
like
Target,
in someone's dorm room.
College room. Yeah, exactly.
No, I totally got the same feeling. But Kimpton is nice, right?
I think there are varying degrees of Kimptons. It's kind of like
Kimpton.
I'm sure, like, I don't think it's a luxury hotel. No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Okay, then.
I'll have to ask Brian. But like, I stayed at a Kimpton once in Washington D.C. and the floor in my entire room was wet, and that's the only time I've ever stayed at a Kimpton, and it has colored my like opinion of the chain. It was a carpeted room, and the carpet was wet everywhere I walked. It was disgusting.
Yeah, she's been to D.C. Hope you didn't miss that.
Yeah,
The nation's capital. She's been.
I wonder what I was. I think it was there for a show. I think it was probably my
that
sold
makes
out show at the Warner Theater.
Oh, she played the Warner.
Yeah, Warner.
She played the Warner.
Warner. It was a party show at the Warner.
It always is.
So like I could dive in. I'm just letting you know, but I also could not.
I guess I could see where life takes us, what we can add to the playlist.
Before we do, let me just say, Jackie and I posted a new episode on our Patreon yesterday, one of our favorite series, Naggy Bitch Wife. And it's just when girls write in, they're like, please, am I being a naggy bitch wife, or like, am I justified in thinking my husband's insane? And it usually comes down to household chores, lots of like things about taking out the garbage. And I was sharing a story, and Jackie, like, you didn't support me, and I'm so glad that I shared it because you just didn't get it, you know?
About the paper towels?
About the paper towels.
Did you get a lot of outreach?
Oh my God, people were like, Ben is so crazy for that. So let me just say this on the main show because it's worth repeating. I've noticed something that like crazy that my husband does. I've always known he has like a really bad habit of overusing paper towels. It's so wasteful. It's money down the drain.
So
you know?
are they saying he's crazy for the overuse or for what comes next?
For what comes next.
Okay.
And one of the ways he like overuses is we have a couple of dishes that we always hand wash, like our knives, our pots and pans, unless there's been like something really gross in there. So I wash because I don't trust Ben to get all the food off, and he dries. And when he dries like a big pan, he'll take like a huge stack of paper towels to dry it. Like, it's insane. That's clearly where you use the dish rag, right? And then like the final step in the kitchen cleaning is always wiping down the counters, Meyer lemon spray all over the counter. And then to wipe up the surface cleaner, he'll use the dish rag. Like, it bothers me so much. And I was saying it to Jackie, and she was like, I don't get it. It's like not that crazy.
No, I was like, not ideal.
I got some real sense of community in the comments. People were like, no, he's so crazy for that.
That's good to find your community.
Correct.
So if you want to hear what other people, and some people like are dealing with some real crazy behavior.
Real crazy behavior.
So check out Naggy Bitch Wife, patreon.com/the toast.
Now I think without further ado, where are you?
It is time for the Fast 5 stories that you do need to know.
And the Fast 5 stories that you do need to know are brought to you by Booking.com. Yeah. Every time I use Booking.com to find a place to stay in the States, I know that they're going to have exactly what I'm looking for. They have a huge variety of options, from hotels, of course, to vacation rentals, and we know that we can find exactly what we're looking for. I have found Booking.com really has something for everyone. I feel like different stages of my life and different trips that I take require different things. Like when I travel with the whole family, we're always looking for like a big house with like a game room and a huge kitchen, stuff for the kids. But when Ben and I travel, I'm kind of like having a hotel renaissance. So the fact that you can really do it all on Booking.com is so fabulous. And I'm like a big traveler within the United States. I find like international travel to be really hard on my body, and I just don't like it. And I love that they have so many great options for different destinations, whether it's road trips, somewhere to fly to in the States. So if you're like a Broadway lover, you can really find a fabulous hotel for a trip to New York on Booking.com. They'll help you find, places that are walking distance to great theaters if you want to see musicals. Perhaps you're looking for a beach trip. You want to go with the kids, without the kids, like whatever it is, you can find at Booking.com. They will have the perfect hotel, the perfect destination, the perfect house, perchance. Right on the beach, walking distance to the shops, like whatever you're looking for, it's really parchy. So no matter who you are, Booking.com helps you find the stay that's ridiculously right for you. Find exactly what you're booking for on Booking.com, Booking.yeah. Today's episode is brought to you by SmartMouth. And honestly, I didn't choose it, but there was a Dear Toaster submission today about a girl. She's like dating a guy. She likes him so much, but his breath is so bad. And I just wanted to send her the link to SmartMouth. So SmartMouth is the only mouthwash that's scientifically proven to eliminate and prevent bad breath for 24 hours with just 2 rinses a day. So SmartMouth prevents bad breath 12 times longer than the leading brand. And it's actually like getting down to the bottom of it science-wise as to why you have bad breath and eliminating it, not just masking it. A lot of the options on the market right now for different bad breath remedies are just going to cover it temporarily, not going to really target the root cause and get rid of it. So they're using science over at Smart Mouth, which I really appreciate. It's confidence in a bottle. Its unique dual chamber bottle keeps their two powerful solutions separate until you're ready to rinse. When you pour, the two solutions will go into a cup and activate the Smart Sync technology. This zinc ion activation is the key to eliminating and preventing sulfur gas, which is a scientific term for bad breath, and it is the secret to all-day fresh breath. Smart Mouth was developed by a dentist and his dentist recommended. Before I got pregnant, I've always been like a really breath conscious person. Like I could smell someone's breath and just like, no, it's not the vibe. So Smart Mouth was always a brand that really spoke to me. Now I could literally smell Ben's insides. I can tell you what he had for breakfast 3 days ago. Like it's insane, my nose. And so we really need to stay on top of it, like for the sake of, the health of me and the child. And Smart Mouth has been a fabulous resource for Ben and I, because something about Ben, like he eats the craziest food. So he's just like prone to having really crazy breath. Not to like put him on the spot, but sorry. You'll never have bad breath again. Find Smart Mouth at Walgreens, Walmart, and Amazon. Or you can visit smartmouth.com/toast and you'll snag a special discount on your next purchase. That's SMARTMOUTH.com/toast. Don't miss out on 24-hour fresh breath. Your mouth will thank you.
Thank you, your turt.
You're welcome.
Smart turt.
Smart turt.
I'd rather see Smart Turt out there shaking that thing.
Shaking that thing, 100%.
Just kidding. I love Smart Mouth.
Once again, fucking up all the ads. Like all the work that I just did, fucking it up with your confusing jargon.
Smart Mouth. And Smart Turt.
Okay.
First story. Zoe Kravitz is breaking her silence about her split from Channing Tatum.
Oh, I didn't see this.
It just dropped. Breaking news.
Okay.
Because Zoe Kravitz is on the cover of Elle's March issue, and she is talking about her ex Channing Tatum because their movie Blink Twice just came out. So I guess that they maybe met on the set of the movie, or I don't know.
It was like a project, I think, that they just like a passion that they worked on together.
So she's talking about the passion that they worked on together and their relationship. So she was asked whether their split has affected how she feels about their movie. And she said, not at all. I love this thing that we made together, and I care for him very much. Even when you bring up how great his performance is, it warms my heart to hear that, and I'm so happy that all of it happened. I just feel so grateful that we got to go on that journey together, she says.
It's very mature.
Yeah, I feel like it's the sort of thing where it's like, yeah, she's like, he's amazing. I love him because he's like sitting in a room crying,
Right. It's easy to be the bigger person when like you're the one who clearly broke up with the other.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly happened between them, but I do feel like that's what happened. Especially in the way that she's talking now. There's like no animosity, nothing.
She just gives the vibe like she's in control.
Yeah, even when they were together, it was like very cool for him.
Yeah, she's always been like the leader here in terms of all of it. Like they were hanging out with Taylor Swift like because of her.
Yeah. And that, but regardless, like actually not even about Taylor Swift, just like he's Channing Tatum. Like he's very handsome,
silly,
but he's like
goofy,
kind of like corny, and she's like the epitome of the cool girl, and just like
right. That's why I brought up Taylor Swift. Like their coolness was her.
Yes,
like they weren't getting invited to these cool places, and they were also just like an interesting couple. People found interesting because of her. She's really like a very interesting. First of all, tier of celebrity. She's like Nepo baby, but she's also really successful on her own. And she comes from just like a really fabulous circle of women. And he is, yes, Magic Mike.
Yeah. So she also said that he has a lot to offer talent-wise and that she's excited for people to keep witnessing that. He has so much more coming, and I think he's in a place as an actor where he's feeling really confident and people are seeing different sides of him. And I do think that speaks to the like other side of Magic Mike, like maybe he'll start doing indie films and be a more serious actor, which I don't want to see, but I know that like that earns people street cred in the industry.
Like if you've been paying attention and you've seen the movie She's the Man, you would know that Channing Tatum is probably one of the most talented actors of our time. Now, has he chosen roles up after that I would, have agreed with and told him to do if I was his manager? No.
You mean Magic
Having
Mike?
said that, like I feel like his movie career isn't what it should be.
Yeah.
When I think of Channing Tatum, I think of like international heartthrob. Everybody loves him, but like, what's he in?
21 Jump Street, Magic Mike, Step Up.
The 21 Jump Street route was good. I liked that for him.
Yeah, more like blockbuster comedies.
Right. But those movies like sort of went out of style a little bit, like the super bad type of film. So he got in on that, and then he did, and I get why Magic Mike is attractive, right? It's huge budgets, huge studio productions. Like it's a way for everyone in the world to know you, and you make a ton of money.
And don't forget, he's a dancer.
Right. Step up.
He's a very good dancer. So you want to dance too.
But when you do that, I feel like this is what we're always talking about. Like, you have to sort of, if you care, you have to balance both, like those big franchises with like your indie art films to like still be taken seriously as an actor.
Yeah, but like Joe Manganiello's in Magic Mike, right?
Yeah, and I think that.
But and you don't take him seriously?
I take him seriously as my celebrity crush.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Well, this is sweet for them. I feel sad for Channing because this just confirms that like his heart was broken.
Do you think when him and Jessie J broke up, it was him or her?
That's a tough one for me.
To talk about or to answer?
To talk about. Like,
yeah,
that was true love.
I know.
That was true love. But Jessie J is happier than she's ever been in her life. So
Correct.
like, it actually wasn't true love. And like everything happened the way that it was supposed to.
Correct.
But it's just hard for me to reconcile that it wasn't supposed to happen for her with Channing.
It would have been better if like her happy ending with like the baby and everything after all of her like fertility struggles, if it would have happened with
Channing.
him. But it wasn't meant to be. I agree. Like, we can't lament over that. We really can't.
No, and I've been trying to move forward day by day, step at a time.
Sorry to bring it up.
And so, yeah, I feel like I'm going backwards in my journey.
But I do love that like Channing Tatum is kind of girly in the sense that he uses his dating career as like a big part of his star, like, and how he stays relevant. Like, I feel like we're recently talking about him so much exclusively because of who he's dating, never because of his work.
Well, now he's in Blink twice.
Which again is really only being spoken about because they worked on it together. It was a passion project. It's like a very small independent film.
Yeah. And then before that was his wife.
Jenna Dewan.
Yeah.
Dropped the Tatum.
And her husband.
She moved on, has a baby with someone else. Like,
but her husband was like doing something.
He was starting drama, right?
Remember, I'm Googling it.
He was talking shit.
He was talking shit about someone.
Steve Z.
Kazee.
Drama. Do you think Kazee? Spell it.
Kazee. I'm just going to search Steve Kazee drama. Oh, he posted haha when Channing and Zoe broke up. Was that it?
That's too recent. The thing I'm thinking about was like way later. Maybe it's on his Wikipedia. It's not. Like, what are we thinking of?
He did post ha 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 when Channing and Zoe broke up. And I feel like that was it, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Which that wasn't nice. But he did work on the Twilight soundtrack, so he does like get a little bit of a pass.
Wow, people who worked on the Twilight soundtrack like are of another ilk. Like, they're the most talented people on the planet.
Exactly.
The way they seamlessly wove like Christina Perri, the Civil Wars, and then also Claire de Lune in there. It's actually like a piece of art.
Yeah. What did he do on it? I don't know why I always remember that about him because it's worth remembering, honestly.
He gives Matthew Coma energy.
He does give Matthew Coma energy. And like not
Do you know why?
Why?
Like, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And it's like, that's not a good thing.
Because the way I see it, it's like, you have a job in music that like, we've never heard of you. We only know you because of your partner, Hilary Duff. But if we were to look into it, like, oh, you do have a pretty legit music career.
No, and it's like the couple times you've come up on your own, like, I'm not digging it. Like, even Matthew Coma recently was in the news, and I thought it was so losery.
Okay, so he was in the news for like something positive, but a lot of people didn't see what happened before that. But you and I did. We were sending the screenshot back. He was selling these T-shirts, like against Kanye. I guess Matthew Coma's Jewish. I didn't know that. And he was like selling these T-shirts, and somebody was like, which charity? It was all for charity. And he was like, somebody commented like, oh, which charity is this going towards? Like, which Jewish charity? Obviously, this is like a Jewish T-shirt.
Because it
which
said
Jewish
fuck
charity?
yeah. His T-shirt said like,
Yeah.
fuck
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Right after
Sorry.
the Kanye T-shirts.
Kanye.
Like, yeah.
So he got involved, and he was like making these T-shirts for charity. And somebody was like, which Jewish charity are you donating these to? He's like, I had a really hard time finding like a legit Jewish charity. So all of it's going to a mental health organization. What? You could find a Jewish charity. First of all, I could give you 1,000. And they're huge. Like the ones you've all heard of. And so instead of doing like 5 minutes of work, you give it to a mental health organization? Like, what?
What? It was so crazy.
But then he ended up donating it to like a Jewish charity. I forget which one.
Something to do with the Holocaust. I mean, there are a million like.
There's a million.
Mark
But
Schoenwetter.
when you think about Jewish charities, like you could start with the Holocaust. Of course, it's like 1,000. So then he ended up like choosing a charity, a Holocaust one, and the shirts went viral. And then that's where it became a story. But Jackie and I like saw the screenshot of his comment, like responding, being like, I couldn't find a good one.
Like a reputable. No, he was like also just kind of insinuating that like a lot of Jewish charities, like that he might not agree with them. And like, I
want to find.
There are so many obvious ones. So if those aren't the ones that like come to mind, like if those are ones that like you wouldn't support, like even Zaka, for example, you've got issues.
Okay, so I found it. Somebody was like, oh my God, is this for a Jewish charity? He goes, I'm Jewish. I like when people say that. Like, I'm like, leave me alone. I'm Jewish, and I had a hard time figuring out which charities were legit or didn't have a questionable history. And I didn't want to make the wrong call. So I decided to give to a mental health organization I know firsthand is doing great work. Now, I want to say something. He doesn't even name the mental health organization, which is just shady. People like, if you're selling something for charity, like it's sort of, I don't know if it's even like the law, but it's the right thing. Like, let me know what charity. So he doesn't even say it. And what does that even mean? Jewish organizations that have literally the comment sounds like it was written by an anti-Semite.
100%. For me, it feels like the Jewish organizations would probably be obviously like pro-Israel and that he's not. That's why like he's murky for me.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't even think about that.
Because of course, like when you think of Jewish like Friends of the IDF, Zaka,
right. A lot of them do
UJA,
big work in Israel.
Like there are so many big ones. So if those to him have like
Yad Vashem,
questionable histories, then he's problematic, to use everyone's favorite word.
Matthew Coma.
Yeah.
But then he ended up just getting praise because he chose a Holocaust charity. He was selling these shirts like against Kanye. Okay. Let me go find it. That's a good question. That's actually a very good question.
Yeah, there are a lot.
Matthew.
And it should go to a Holocaust foundation, especially because it's in direct response to like the swastika shirt. So it's like that feels
Blue Card Holocaust Survivor Charity. Let me look it up.
on my way. That sounds like a description.
TheBlueCardFund.org. Looks legit.
I'm here.
It's crazy though that I've never heard of it. Like, and I know all of them. Assisting Holocaust survivors in need.
LA Fire, Hurricane, and Natural Disaster Relief. Blue Card Fund. It sounds like they do a lot of stuff. Like it's not the COVID-19 response.
$7 million in aid to survivors battling cancer. Are these Holocaust survivors?
Okay, so the Blue Card Fund does like a lot of different things. They cover a lot of buckets. Now, did he
one
donate
of them
specifically to the Holocaust one?
He said Blue Card Holocaust Survivor Charity. Yes. I'm glad we got down to the bottom of that.
The Blue Card gives direct financial assistance to Holocaust survivors who need it most.
Parji.
Emergency cash, dental and medical assistance.
Parji.
Monthly assistance.
It was just kind of crazy to like sell a shirt about anti-Semitism and then give the proceeds to mental health. That's like if I ran a charity for, cancer and gave all the money to lupus, like they're different causes.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a weird moment.
It was, but nobody knew about it because he ended up doing the Holocaust thing, and then it was like woohoo!
No, and
that
everyone
was
just
the
like
story.
wanted to feel good, like fuck yeah, I did my part, and no one
But
actually
for mental
wanted
health,
to do a little digging.
Right.
So yeah, he doesn't earn a gold star for me on that.
No, and Channing Tatum would never.
Channing Tatum would never. He would literally never.
That's my non-charitable king right there. Never is given a penny.
Anyways, are you ready for our next story? Mm-hmm. I tried again to not choose it, but
oh my God, if it's about Meghan Markle, I'm vetoing.
Okay.
Because I don't even know what you're talking about. Like nothing happened yesterday.
No, nothing happened, but now she's been like accused of
actually something did happen.
What did you see?
Is this about her talent agent dropping her? I saw that.
No, because that's unclear still.
Right.
This is about the Pamela Anderson comparisons. Have you seen this one?
Seriously, I'm not going there. Like no. Veto.
Okay. We'll move on to the next story.
Parchi.
Next up, Christopher Nolan's first look at the Odyssey. He is directing.
Oh my God, that sounds so boring.
I don't know. I feel like I could never get into the book. Maybe I could get into the movie.
So the Odyssey is a part of like
Homer.
The Iliad and the Odyssey, right?
The Iliad
two
and
books.
the Odyssey. And he is bringing the Odyssey to the big screen. TMZ has photos.
This is huge for high school students. Like, huge. If there had been a movie back in the day, like, I would have went on to do great things.
But it's probably going to be a very long movie. I don't even know, like, if you would have watched it.
Right, and that's Christopher Nolan's thing. And also, I don't think at the age that I was supposed to be reading Homer, like, would I have ever even appreciated a Christopher Nolan film. I still find them, like, a little chewy.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever even watched one.
Oppenheimer.
I might watch just to get a grasp of the Odyssey.
Have you not seen Oppenheimer?
I've not seen Oppenheimer, no.
Wow, that's really crazy of you.
It is crazy, but it just came out at a time in my life where I'm not sitting down to watch 3-hour-long movies. I was just thinking about, because I saw Moana 2 is coming to Disney Plus, and I was like, will I ever watch it? And then I'm thinking about how I saw Moana 1 in theaters, like, back in the day. Like, how much time did I have that I'm going to see, like, a kid's movie? I must have seen all the other movies.
I saw Moana in theaters, and I actually fell asleep. And it wasn't a statement on the movie. I must have been really tired. And I was at one of those theaters with, like, really big chairs.
It's relaxing.
It's so jarring.
The sky meets the sea.
I've fallen asleep at 2 movies.
What's the other one?
Do you know the other one? You were
Lincoln.
there. Yeah.
I fell asleep 3 separate times during Lincoln.
Yeah.
I actually think now I might appreciate Lincoln.
Yes. But at the time, it was genuinely one of the most dreadful afternoons of my life.
Yeah, I was really hungover.
I was just like, why am I watching this movie?
Yeah. Now I would love to go to the movies and see Lincoln.
A nice piece of historical film.
Right. So, like, these, like, years, whatever's come out. But the good news is, like, we keep tabs on, like, the movie circuit. And I don't think I've missed that much. But I did miss Oppenheimer. The Odyssey has set sail. They're filming in Morocco. If you want to go.
Excuse, did you say Morocco?
Yeah. The village of Ait Benadou in the country of Morocco. And from the looks of the set, it's going to be epic.
Now, what is the Odyssey about? Is it like a fantasy?
No.
Is it about Greek gods?
Like, it's not. But it is about a journey. Well, that's what Odyssey means. But it's about, like, a man on a boat. A big boat, I think.
Okay, so like Titanic.
No, I think it's like a man who leaves home to fight a war on a big boat.
It's like a fake fantasy, right? It's not like something that could happen in real life.
Here's the summary. It tells the story of Odysseus's journey home after the Trojan War. That sounds like real.
Oh, okay.
So Odysseus is the king of Ithaca. He leaves home to fight in the Trojan War. After the war, he encounters many perils and is delayed for 10 years on his journey home. While he's away...
Miserable.
While he's away, his wife and son are besieged by suitors. He returns home and destroys the suitors with the help of Telemachus, who is his son.
So it sounds like fake?
So themes include fate, the gods, free will, piety, customs.
Do we know who's been cast? Who is Odysseus?
That's a great
That's
question.
kind of the role of a lifetime.
It is. It's like a movie that they would have in, like, Entourage, where it's like they're casting the Odyssey.
Yes, exactly. Like Medellin.
Odysseus is Matt Damon.
Channing Tatum.
Matt Damon is Odysseus. Tom.
That is so interesting.
Tom Holland is in it.
As the son?
I would guess so. And Elliot Page.
As who?
Let me try and see. They only told me Matt Damon is Odysseus.
I find that shocking. I know Matt Damon, like, is one of the greatest actors, like, of our time when you think about, like, Good Will Hunting. But in recent years, he's just, like, been known as, like, to me, like, Ben Affleck's friend and the guy from the Dunkin' commercials. Like, he doesn't give serious actor anymore. Although I know he has the chops and I know he's quite capable.
Yeah.
Do you feel that? Like,
yeah, Good Will Hunting. Like, he'll always have
that. No,
that.
I know. I'm saying, like, no, in his OG career, like, that got him to the place of Matt Damon. Like, he is one of the most talented actors ever. I don't think of him like that anymore. I think of him as, like somebody who does commercials.
Yeah. Well, now he's getting back into the game.
With, like, this huge role. I don't know how you just...
also in the outer space movie.
Right. Okay, and
that was serious. Nolan, he had to, like, live on a planet and, like, make potatoes out of his duty.
Ooh, Judy Potato's my favorite.
Yeah, Judy Potatoes.
I don't remember that part of the movie, but I also didn't see it.
I think there was Judy involved in the potato making.
Like fermenting?
Like maybe in the fertilizer.
Yeah, the fertilizer.
Yeah, he made so
That's
many
interesting.
potatoes.
Well, Christopher Nolan is like kind of known for like not giving a fuck about like the actor's history, just like coming into audition and like if you're good, you're good.
Yeah, so honestly, this is star-studded. The only one who has like the name of their character is Matt Damon being Odysseus, but here's who else is in it. So Tom Holland, Elliot Page, Anne Hathaway, Zendaya, Robert Pattinson.
Zendaya and Tom, that's so cute.
Yeah, Charlize Theron, Lupita Nyong'o, and then Mia Goth. Who's that?
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's going to be a big one. You know, we'll be talking about it awards season 5 years from now.
I think that every time Christopher Nolan like farts, it's sort of big news for the community.
But the fact that he's adapting something that we all know is very exciting.
Damn, I didn't know that.
I hope that he sticks to the text because like Homer would vomit.
Christopher Nolan does seem like a purist, you know? He's not out here, like, obviously he wants to put his own spin on things, but he respects literature, I would assume.
Yeah. Who did the Napoleon movie? Was that Christopher Nolan? No,
the last thing Christopher Nolan did was Oppenheimer. He does, like, one big thing every few years.
Right. Napoleon movie was the Ridley Scott, the other one.
So similar.
So the other one.
Are
you ready for our next story? Mm-hmm. Some crazy news. Want to get your thoughts on protocol?
Okay.
Heartbroken passengers reveal they were made to sit beside a dead body for 4 hours after a woman died on a flight. Mm-hmm. An Australian couple has been left heartbroken after they say they were forced to sit next to the body of another passenger who died midway through their flight. The couple was traveling on Qatar Airways from Melbourne to Venice when a woman on board collapsed and died. It was pretty heartbreaking to watch, they said. They went to try and move her. They brought this chair down and tried to wheel her up towards business class, but she was quite a large lady and they couldn't get her through the aisle.
Like, let's not disgrace the dead. Like, that's really disrespectful.
Rude.
I didn't see that part of the story.
See that part, but that actually answers like the question that we would have asked.
Why didn't they move her?
Why didn't they try and move her? So, anyways,
well, you know what? Try harder. Like, seriously.
So she died, and then they kept her in her chair. They put a blanket over her, and the couple had to sit next to her for 4 more hours.
That's fucking crazy. Like,
that
first
is
of
crazy.
All,
but
why didn't the plane land?
I don't know.
Like, is that not cause for an emergency landing? Somebody died on your plane?
That's a good question.
Or unless they were like over the ocean and the closest airport was 4
where
hours
they were
away.
going.
Maybe they didn't land, or maybe they didn't land in Venice. They landed somewhere closer, but it was still 4 hours away.
Yeah.
Because Australia is, famously surrounded by water.
They said that they weren't allowed to move their seats.
That's also crazy. You're telling me there was not 2 other seats available, or one. I just feel like they also could have moved the woman. Now, obviously, like her being so fucking huge, right? According to them, is a challenge, but like there are other able-bodied people on the plane. Like there would have been people who would have offered to help move and like lay her under a sheet and like give her a little bit of.
But move her where? I think that moving her, and also like if they're going to investigate the circumstances of her death, like you don't want to tamper with. I think like starting to move like a dead body and getting the whole cast and crew involved like is crazy, and they're better off leaving her there. And if there were no other seats open on the plane, then these people would just have to like deal. But they said that they could see some spare seats, and they weren't allowed to go sit there. That's the problem.
That's crazy. By the way, that's really crazy.
Yeah.
And I could see an airline being like, well, the only 2 seats we have are in a cabin above your class. Like, and being like, sorry, that'll be, it's giving, the Titanic. Will the lifeboats be seated according to gender and class?
But they were about to move the dead body to business.
Right. No, there's something off about this story, like extremely bizarre.
Yeah.
And that's me? Oh, I'm suing. I'm flying free Qatar for life.
Right. They said that they have not received support or an offer of counseling following the flight.
Oh, okay. So they're soft. They need counseling. I mean, to be clear, like actually that was kind of mean to me. Like sitting next to a dead body for 4 hours is fucking traumatizing. Like I saw a dead body at the airport once, and by saw, I mean like literally I drove past it slowly. Like when I was pulling up to like the curbside check-in area, he was like a couple cars down from me. He obviously just like was an older gentleman who passed away, and like I saw them putting a sheet over him. Let me tell you, my whole day was ruined. I couldn't get over it. I was so upset by it.
Yeah.
And that was just, a fleeting moment, not a 4-hour plane ride.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a dead body?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Aside from like a funeral.
Like, nothing comes to mind. I don't want to think too hard.
Yeah, that time it was LAX for anyone who's curious. Like I could pick him out of a lineup right now. Like I remember that face. It was so sad.
Yeah, very sad. So sad for this couple. Sad for the lady, of course. Very unfortunate.
Of course.
They should have let them move the seats. Like,
yeah, I mean, what are we talking about here? It's insane.
yeah. Are you ready for our next story?
Is it fifth and final because we skipped?
It is fifth and final.
I'm gonna make up for it in DT. I'll pull an extra one. I actually pulled a bunch of really good ones today.
Oh,
so
perfect.
We're good.
This next story is actually really cute. So rumors have been swirling for a while. We didn't even talk about this, but rumors have been swirling about Leo from Love Is Blind dating Ally Shapiro, Jill Zarin's daughter.
I have seen them, and I haven't acknowledged them because I have media literacy. Like these two are so clearly not dating, and. Okay, continue.
So he was just talking to Page Six and is telling the story about how this all went down. That he says that he and Ally are not dating, but Jill Zarin had slid into his DMs after Love Is Blind in an effort to set him up with Ally. So he said,
Jill.
He said, I got a lot of random DMs. Jewish mothers are notorious for being straightforward and aggressive. So I was getting DMs like, my daughter would be perfect for you. Oh my God, you seem like such a nice Jewish boy. But he says one note from Jill Zarin caught his attention in particular because she was verified and had a lot of followers. So he was like, who's Jill Zarin? And he saw that she was from the Housewives. Her DM was like, hey, I think my daughter would be good. He said that he was confident. Jill was confident that he and Ally would click when she reached out to him. It had been roughly a month since Ally had split with her ex-fiance. So Jill was like, we live in Miami. Leo happened to be going to Miami for Art Basel. You know, he's an art dealer. And
of course,
her message was actually really nice. So they facilitated a meetup. Because Jill was like, look, whether you date or are just friends, I think you two would really get along. And he said that she was right. They immediately hit it off. He said the first time we met was at Art Basel. And the moment that we met, I felt like we knew each other for years. They have been hanging out a lot, completely as friends though. But like, and
yeah, I know.
There are a million photos of them like at different events together.
They've been making a ton of TikToks, like playing pickleball. And my question is, what's the point? Like, you're two grown-ass single adults who obviously get along really well. Like, start fucking. Let's go.
Yeah, the way he describes her, though, I do feel like a relationship could blossom from this because he said it's just a friendship and we are really, really good friends. She's awesome. And it's funny because we have so much in common. Reality show stuff, art stuff. She actually worked at an auction house for a long time, plus being Jewish. And both of them have experienced a parent passing away from cancer. So they have a lot in common.
Right. Well, great. Like, what's the problem?
I think we got to let these two marinate.
I love Jill Zarin. Like, this is so something she would do. And I'm happy for her that, like, it actually worked out, you know?
Yeah, almost. We're halfway there.
Well, we're halfway there. But, like, if nothing, just a budding friendship.
Yeah, I wonder how Brittany feels about all this.
I know. And it's like, could there be two more different girls?
Like, she wanted to go to Miami.
Yeah.
She did get to go to Miami, though.
It's actually so crazy how, like, people on Love Is Blind are temporarily so fucking famous. I was on TikTok and I must be watching a lot of Love Is Blind TikTok content. So they're serving me like other stuff. And I got a video from like a former castmate and I didn't know who it was at first. He looked so familiar to me. And his name was Kyle. Do you remember him? He worked in construction.
What city was he from?
He kind of looked, hold on. Kyle, I don't remember what city. Love Is Blind.
I feel like I don't remember this, but.
No, you will.
Did I watch the city?
Yes, I think it was the Deep Tea season.
Chicago.
Kyle Abrams.
Oh, he got with Shane's ex.
Deep Tea, right?
No, that was Shane.
No. Oh, but they dated after Kyle and Deep Tea.
Ex-girl went with Kyle for
Shane's ex-girl, I think her name was Natalie.
No, that was his real girl. That's who he went with.
Oh.
But he was Shayna, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
She went with Kyle.
So whatever, there was like a TikTok of his that came up. It was actually like really like highly produced. It was kind of cringe. And I'm like, why do I know this face? And it just reminded me like there was a time where he probably couldn't even leave his house, right? He was so famous.
Maybe he could have, but yes.
You know what I mean?
Other cast
All the
members.
like literally every famous person in the world was watching Love Is Blind. And it's just such a moment in time.
Yeah.
And how I could not place this man for 10 minutes. It was so crazy to me, like how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah, that's why you got to make the most of it.
Shayna. These two.
Zoom in on his face.
He kind of looks like Taylor Lautner. Oh my God, I'm like having such a hard time like being a normal human being.
But I do think I know who you're talking about.
You do, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just very jarring for me to see.
Well, these two aren't dating yet, but I like the way he's speaking about her. I'm holding hope.
Yeah, with respect too.
I'm shipping on that perp.
Before we dive into Dear Toasters, which is our weekly advice segment, let me let you know that our weekly advice segment called Dear Toasters is brought to you by State Farm. Thank you, State Farm, for supporting today's episode of The Toast. We know that the Toasters can agree nothing feels better than a personal win. Like when you get a final piece of furniture delivered to your apartment, your home really feels complete. Perhaps you hit a personal record in a workout. Well, perhaps you're a toaster who managed to stop for a much-needed iced coffee and you still made it to work on time. Whatever it is that you decide to define as a personal win, it calls for a celebration. And who's cheering right beside you? Jackson Claude. Who else is cheering right beside you?
Right behind us is State Farm.
Right, like just right behind us.
Like 1,000-person strong State Farm, the whole company.
Love that. Because with State Farm and the State Farm Personal Price Plan, you can create an affordable price just for you when you bundle home and auto. So you can celebrate by breaking out the confetti and your happy dance moves. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Also, it just feels really good knowing like however you're looking to communicate with an agent, whether it's like on their app, on their website, in person, on the phone, like whatever method of communication is like you're most comfortable with, you can do it all at State Farm. They've got all the swirlies covered. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility do vary by state. And I believe they have a jingle. How does it go? I can't remember because I'm so focused on my jingle.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Wait, the way you had burr, like you had a little vibrato, that was really good.
Thank you so much.
Today's episode is also brought to you by Riley and Crew and the Riley and Crew Collective, where they combine art and imagination to offer unique clothing for modern kids and moms. So each collection features hand-drawn illustrations paired with beautiful muted tones and timeless designs. Riley & Crew is more than just a clothing brand. It's a one-stop shop that caters to you and your children at every stage of life, whether it's welcoming the newest member of your family in Quincy May, dressing your child in Riley & Crew for their first day of school, or you're celebrating special occasions in a Nora Lee dress. They really have an outfit for every occasion, and it's also pargy. You know, that's really what I think separates Riley and Crew, but also the fact that you can match with your kids and different ages they have like a bunch of different brands. It's so cute. I actually was just looking at their Instagram, or I got like a targeted something, and it was the cutest. It made me like so jealous, like a mom and a newborn. And I think there was maybe another kid in the photo matching, looking so pargy and cute, like very cute vibes. Like still, it's hard to like match and not look stupid. Like you still want to look stylish and like cool, whether you're with your baby or not. And Riley and Crew just crushes it. Founded by a mom in 2014. They also, the founder's name is Kelly. She's also the founder of the Baby Basics brand, which a lot of you probably have heard of, Quincy May, and then the children's occasion wear brand, Nora Lee. So they focus on modern basics. It's your one-stop shop for baby and toddler essentials, featuring a beautiful collection of organic baby basics in earthy solid colors and subtle prints. Nora Lee is their children's occasion wear brand, and they have really darling wedding and ceremony dresses, tutus matching mama and mini styles. And the spring season and summer season are nearing. Riley and Crew, Quincy May, and Nora Lee are currently launching their SS25 collections. So shop all the fresh new styles for the warm season ahead. Visit rileyandcrew.com/toast and use code TOAST for 15% off your order. That's RYLEEANDCRU.com/toast. Use code TOAST for 15% off your order for first-time customers. Okay, you ready for Dear Toasters, our weekly advice segment?
Ready, Eddie.
So for those who don't know, every Tuesday, Jackie and I do Dear Toasters, our weekly advice segment where the girlies write into us either via email or our website. You can email us, deartoasters@gmail.com, or you can head over to our website, thetoastpodcast.com. Anything you're going through, we're going to try and help you out. It is anonymous, don't worry. And today I'll throw in an extra submission since we skipped over that story. We have some time. Let me see, which one was like the one? I had there were a bunch of really good ones today. Oh, this one was crazy. Ready? And it reminded me of the one I'm like waiting for an update on about the girl who found the pictures.
Stop.
This one was kind of similar.
Oh.
Hey, Jackson Turdy, crazy story. I was looking through my boyfriend's phone to find a photo he took of me to send to myself. Classic. While scrolling, I found a video. Yeah, like such an innocent journey she went on. While scrolling, I found a video that was a black screen, but the sound was us having sex. It's weird, no? Do I ask him about it? Do I delete the video? Help. Because I mean, he could so easily lie, being like, oh my God, we were having sex and my phone was recording. Who knew? Oh my God, that's so crazy. But that's weird.
It's weird, but it's not the worst case scenario, right? He's not like filming.
I mean, I just feel like it's like a natural next step for him if he doesn't get caught, you know?
Maybe. So what do you do?
Well, you have to confront him.
Yeah.
And then
what if
I
he
need you to
lies?
really, well, I need you to then like channel your maternal, not maternal, like your woman's intuition. And you know this man, like, is he lying? You know when your partner's lying to you. Their voice gets up, they look, you can't make eye contact. You need to sit him down being like, I found this video, explain it.
Yeah.
And he'll either say, oh yeah, I wanted to jerk off to it, like he'll be honest, or he'll say, oh my God, I had no idea. And study him.
Yeah.
Is he lying?
Yeah, and maybe he wanted to jerk off to it, and that's not so bad.
But like, the word that comes to mind is consent.
Right.
And you wanted me to make a little audio file for you, sure. But you have to tell me.
Is boyfriend or husband?
Boyfriend.
Yeah, I don't know. You
yeah.
don't know this man.
Yeah.
You don't
It's giving
know.
stranger.
You have to remember, like, you're still strangers. Get to the bottom of it. Now's the time.
Yeah, you have to have the conversation and then really trust your instinct.
And then also, is it just the one, go through the rest of his phone? Like, is it just the one video? Because that could mean an accident. Is this
that's
habitual
true.
behavior?
Just go straight to his album of videos and see if you see any other black
And like, look
screens.
through everything that you can, recently deleted.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's establish a
Before
pattern.
you confront him, get all the information you possibly can.
Oh, for sure.
And get rid
I like
of this
that.
stranger.
You literally kick this stranger out of your bed.
I mean,
All right, next up.
there's definitely space for non-nefarious.
This to be innocent,
yes,
of course.
100%. However, the fact that it's
There's
a
not a
boyfriend,
ton of space.
No, but there's like other things are so cut and dry. Like there's
Yeah.
space for an error.
Yes.
But I don't know. So
I don't know.
but there's opportunity. I mean, and if he's a good guy, like you know.
Yeah. Okay, this one's really crazy. I feel like ever since like a couple of weeks ago, we did one about breastfeeding. Everybody has started writing in like their weird breastfeeding
They
things.
now know it's
Okay.
open season.
Jackson Turdy. I have a 1-year-old who's still breastfeeding. And whenever my husband and I are having sex, he wants to suck on my boobs to get some milk. When he first did it a year ago, I thought he was just excited about like my huge milk-filled boobs. But now he's trying to make it like a regular thing. Isn't this weird? Do I say anything or just bite my tongue since I'm weaning now? Sincerely, a toaster whose husband thinks she has endless milk supply.
Well, since you're weaning, like, and you made it through, don't bring it up. Like, don't make a.
No, I think this was worth talking about.
No, I feel like the time passed. Like, it's done. What's there to talk about? And like, what if? I don't know. This is definitely like a weird territory.
Yeah, there was an episode of Working Moms. Do you remember that show?
Yes.
The Canadian show? Where she was like sleeping with someone, like this young guy, and she was also breastfeeding. She just had a baby. And I don't know if he was like into it, but there was like something about it. Maybe watch that episode and see what she did.
I don't know. I would also like like the community, if people could weigh in here, like
Chime in.
what to do.
Yeah. At this point, like,
no, the thing is,
the
you are
time
weaning, like,
the
it's
time might
over.
have passed for you to say something, but like, aren't you curious? I am.
No, I think like because you're weaning, like seriously, it's over. But if people want to weigh in on like, yeah, my husband does this.
Oh yeah, is this universal? I don't think it is.
I don't think it's universal, but I feel like it might be more common than people would expect.
Really?
I don't know, because it's like, I don't know. I mean, like, not for me personally, but I'm just like trying, like, I'm trying to be open-minded.
She's failing. She's trying and failing. All right. My sister-in-law likes all the reels about not liking your husband's family, aka how we're related, and not wanting to spend any time with them. I'm not sure she knows that I can see that she likes them. Should I say anything?
That is hysterical. That is
reels, like,
seriously-
it should be personal.
No, when I see those reels from people who are like complaining about their in-laws, I'm like, aren't your in-laws going to see it? I never even thought about all the people liking it.
I thought more so about the people who made the content.
I think that a lot, like, how are you making this? Like, you're about to, like, seriously ruin every relationship in your life?
You obviously are at a place where it doesn't matter.
What?
You're obviously at a place where it doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's some people, like, there was this, like, one creator I used to see all the time where it's, like, all about, like, in-law etiquette.
Yeah,
And it's
but a lot of times, because my favorite girl, like Shauna, she does a lot of stuff like that. So a lot of her followers write in crazy stories and she like acts it out.
Yeah, and then it's also weird. I was watching a video yesterday. This is kind of a tangent, but it was about a woman, like, she was trying to explain why babies like need to be able to eat their food and not be fussed with and their mouth wiped and, you know, scooping up off the sides and shove a bite in there. And she like, so she dressed up in like a bib and like sat at a kid's high chair, like, and like was eating her food and then had someone like simulate what the wiping of the face. And it's just like, you made a really good point. Like the point that she made, I actually like.
But you look like clowns.
I appreciate it, but it's like, what are you doing sitting there in a bib?
That's really crazy.
I actually sent it to Zach because I thought the point was so good. But was there
Poignant,
there a way to make the point like without you eating baby's food and putting a bib on?
Now, I know I said I would do an extra dear toasters, but I just want to be open and honest with the community. Like, I'm 3 seconds away from pooping in my pants.
Did we even do 2? Oh, yeah,
we did
the
3.
in-laws. Okay.
We did 3. So I'm going. You can wrap up the show. Like, I really have to go.
Oh, okay, wait. Love you so much. Like, seriously, you guys are amazing. I hope you like the song. I hope you like the show. And we'll see you again tomorrow. In case you didn't like this one, there'll be a new one tomorrow. Love ya. Bye.